You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Bates Motel After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Bates Motel After Show.
And hello, everyone. Bing is for doing, and we are here doing Bates Motel. This is Nando Velasquez, and with me today is the lovely Dua.
Oh, I was going to say my name. Dua. I'm Dua Kaissi.
I'm Dua. Okay.
I'm Dua Kaissi.
Hey.
Welcome, everybody.
Yeah. So we have a very exciting show for you today. It's a special edition, actually. As you'll notice, we are missing some people, but we actually have a special treat for you. Joe Braswell and Joe Sanfilippo can't be here, and I know that usually this is the time when we do our recap, and we have a lot to talk about with the finale. We all loved it, but we're going to save that for tomorrow when we can have the Joes with us. So you'll have to tune in tomorrow if you're checking us out live streaming.
You know they'll have a lot to say too.
Yes, exactly. But in place of that, I think we lose 2 Joes, but we gain something really big.
I think this is better.
I think this might be better. Don't get jealous, Joes, but this is better. As we are joined via satellite or via just a simple phone by one of the cast members for Bates Motel. We have Richard Harmon, everybody. Richard, you're on the phone, right?
I am indeed.
Awesome. Richard plays Bradley's boyfriend, also named Richard, on Bates Motel, and he also he has a really good right punch.
Yeah. There he
He's got a good right cross.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited to talk about that later.
Well, they had to teach me that on the day. I've never thrown a punch in my life, I'll be honest with you.
Oh, stop. You don't have to tell stories here, Richard. So just for those people that aren't familiar, you actually have quite the body of work. You've been on such shows like AMC's The Killing, the TV series Continuum, and probably best known for his role as Jasper Ames in the film Judas Kiss. Now you're playing the character by the same name, Richard Sylmore. Is that how you say it? Is that what your character's name is?
Yeah, Richard Sylmore.
Richard Sylmore on Bates Motel. Yeah. So,
yes.
Richard, I've got a question for you. I've noticed that you've played this darker role. You play, a vampire kid in 2007, a gaunt teenage addict in 2009, a male prostitute on a CBS series. Now, do you purposely, intentionally gravitate towards these roles, or do you feel like these roles kind of gravitate towards you?
Wait, my roles are dark?
Yeah.
You just noticed that.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
I was trying to enlighten everyone to the wonderful world of teenage male prostitution, not degrade anything from it.
Nice. Well, I mean, compared to the character Norman Bates, maybe you don't play dark characters, but
Exactly, precisely. No, as far as I play a ton of dark roles, pretty much exclusively. I don't know. It was something that I don't think I originally gravitated towards, but now after playing it for so long, I find them just really fun, and I'm just glad every time I get the chance to do it.
Oh, nice. So I was reading that your first big TV role was actually in 2003. You played a character called Madison on the TV series Jeremiah. Now, I want to kind of take you back there right into 2003. What was it like to get that phone conversation saying that you finally had that first role?
Oh, God, I don't even remember. That's, I haven't been asked about Jeremiah probably in years. I imagine that it was really, really exciting because I still get ridiculously excited anytime my agent calls me and tells me I've booked a role. So I can't even imagine how it was at the age of like 11 or 12, however old I was then.
Nice. Now, who were your inspirations, and who were the actors that you really love to watch?
I think it's kind of like, it's just a revolving door of actors, you know? I mean, it's the inspirations that keep on coming in more and more and more whenever you see just a terrific performance. Right now, Tom Hardy, I think, is just terrific in pretty much everything he does. Growing up, when I was a kid, Chris Farley, the comedian, was one of my favorite people. My parents had to like hold off telling me that he was already dead.
Oh.
And then they told me, and it just broke my little heart.
Oh, and Santa doesn't exist, but that might be a
what? Don't just throw stuff like that out there to us.
I'm sorry.
I don't know where you're getting your facts from.
I'm sorry, I just ruined the tone of this interview with that one statement. That didn't take
completely.
long.
Well, how far are we? 3 minutes in? How much?
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't. That's a record. Do you study a specific? Do you study a specific style of acting?
No, not really. I've actually I've never really done a class really per se, but I think just each role is different, and I go into it in a different way, trying to figure out how to play the character. I have a very close friend of mine, my peers who are also actors, that we just kind of run stuff off each other. And I don't know, I kind of like that it's different every time for me.
Nice. I actually heard, is it true that I heard that you make like an iPod playlist for each character that you portray?
I do.
Is that's just the kind of something that helps you prepare for the roles?
Yeah, I think above everything else, I need that. I need to have my music on set or else I'll panic. Yeah, it's just it really helps me set a mood. It's like laying down a soundtrack for your day, really.
Now, can I ask you what songs you have on your playlist for your character Richard that you play on Bates?
Do you want me to check? I have my computer right here.
Yeah. You sound like Nando.
Get
Nando
the
always,
iTunes on.
Nando always has his iPad out.
I'll inform you of what I have. Let's see.
That's so funny.
Nothing too intense. This is a fairly normal character. I got a little Arcade Fire, Band of Horses, a little Belle and Sebastian.
Oh, nice.
The Leon Rolling Stones, a lot of the National, the Black Keys.
Now,
how different would you say this playlist is in comparison to other playlists that you do for roles?
Quite different, because Richard on Bates Motel he's quite normal, and I know a lot of people in the last couple of days after the finale have kind of been like, "You're so mean" and everything. I'm like, I don't really think he's mean. I mean, his girlfriend cheated on him with some kid. I'm pretty sure anyone would be mad.
Yes.
So I think Richard's fairly a normal character compared to the other people I play, which are all like murderers and terrorists.
Huh. Well, interesting. Well, now that you mentioned it, let's kind of get into that. Now, do you think that your character Richard does have a backstory? Like, was he given a backstory, or did you have to give him his own backstory?
I think they just let me enjoy him as he was and just kind of make a backstory for myself, which I think is just I enjoyed playing him. He's just a normal kid. He had a normal kind of upbringing, and he's just trying to go through high school enjoying his time.
Huh. What do you think that Bradley's attraction to Richard is?
Ooh. See, that's something you'd have to ask Nicola. Plays Bradley, obviously. I don't know. Maybe he's I think he's confident, and I hear that's something that women like. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's always nice.
Well, what do you think Richard's? How do you think Richard views Norman? Even before what we saw in the finale, when we saw you earlier in the season, you know, Norman's over at that party, and you get to deal one or two scenes with him. What do you think is his relationship? Because I think one thing that surprised us all from the beginning, it gets said over and over again, is how much of a chick magnet Norman seemed to be at the beginning of this season. And finally, we're realizing that he's not so much of one. I think we started finally noticing that more, that whatever perception we had in the beginning is finally, I think, our own reality, because we were surprised that starts to take note. But what does a character like Richard see in Norman Bates when Norman first arrives into school?
I think he's just quite curious of him. The thing with the character like Norman Bates is, and I think every character that is introduced to Norman that kind of has this, is that he's different. He really is. there's something either special or off about him, that you could take it maybe in the beginning of the season when the women meet him and are kind of think he's ridiculously cute and innocent and are attracted to him. But everyone, when they meet him, there's something different about Norman Bates, obviously. So I think Richard is just more curious than anything else because he's just got this different vibe to him.
I'm still thinking. I'm thinking about the fact that you think that your character Richard is normal, because the whole time, all through season 1, I always thought that he was hiding something, or there was something up his sleeve. You play him mysterious, I think, which allows the audience to kind of create their own story in their head. So I just find it really interesting that you think that he's normal, yet I thought that he was going to be like a bad guy.
Well, I think also part of it is because that town is so interesting too, and you're playing it mysterious, but the town is just as mysterious too.
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe he's not as normal as I'm telling you, but that's true. This town has a lot of secrets going on in it. But as far as maybe him, I'm glad that you saw him as something kind of interesting and perhaps a bad guy, and it seemed like maybe there was something in there. I'm flattered by that. I don't know. Sometimes I think that's just my face, to be honest with you. Because in real life, people seem to think that I'm angry all the time, where honestly I'm probably one of the happiest people you'll ever meet. So I think that may just be my face that's giving that off.
Well, it works well for you in this role because it does give your character layers. It does. It almost like you gotta peel that onion. So I heard this crazy story, and I want to know if this is true. I heard a story that just like the serendipitous thing that you had never seen the movie Psycho, and then the day after you decided to see it with your friends, you got an email about this role.
That's correct.
That is crazy to me.
Never seen it. I know, wild. I was like, well, now I have to get this show.
Isn't that weird? I was like, that is a sign if I ever heard one. Now I want to talk for a minute about. I want to talk for a minute about the finale scene with you and Freddie Highmore. That scene where you punch him in the face. What was it like to work with Freddie Highmore in that scene?
Oh, I mean, working with Freddie at any scene, any juncture is just a real delightful experience. Such a professional. I mean, he knows what he's doing. He's been doing it for so long, and he handles himself so politely, and it's just a real treat to work with him. And he just kind of works together with you no matter kind of who you are, and really nice time.
Good. And then you said that you had never punched anybody in the face before?
Not in real life.
Well, did you hit him at all? Like, did you have to actually make contact? I was always curious as to how those scenes kind of go. You know, if anybody does get hit.
No, definitely not.
If anybody.
I feel terrible if I actually hit Freddie. No, it's just kind of, it's kind of done with, they'll stack it up with the camera, and there's you kind of have a line with the camera's view of sight. And then you stack up to it, so you can't really tell depth perception about what's going on, and you punch through. I mean, you could have about 2 feet of distance between your fist and someone's face, and because there's no depth perception, as long as they sell it at the same time that you're crossing, it'll look like you're hitting them.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
Now,
so, yeah, no, there was never a doubt that I would hit him, thankfully.
Now, who is your favorite Bates character?
On the show?
Yeah. Who's your favorite character? Like watching the show, who's
I love the sheriff. I really do.
Sheriff Romero?
Yeah, I think it's the sheriff. Yeah, and then I think just Freddie is Norman, because I think he's doing such a terrific job. Yeah. And he's just he did such a good job of emulating what Perkins did with the original character.
I have to agree with that. Yeah, absolutely. Both, especially Romero, because Romero, especially in his finale, he stepped up.
He did. He shocked me.
He really did. He handled himself.
And Nestor Carbonell, he's just a phenomenal. I mean, I loved him. I love him in everything he's done. So
I loved him in Lost.
Yeah, Lost. Yeah. Well, I'm sure that's part of the reason why he's back, because I'm sure because of the Lost executive producer that was there, Carlton Cuse.
Yes.
So
yes.
So, and it's so crazy watching this finale. It was hilarious because every week on the show, all of us make predictions, and we always predict. I mean, I thought that Norman was going to kill Abernathy. Well, I don't think anybody predicted the end of this show.
I did.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
You did?
I predicted Watson would die. Yep.
Oh, I missed that. Was that? Yeah.
I got
Nando
a ding on that one.
Nando wins the prize. That's crazy. So I know that when we do the show every week, we've gotten amazing reactions from the fans. Richard, what is the fan reaction that you've been getting? I'm sure that there's a ton of positive feedback.
As far as me or the show in general?
You and the show, both.
I think as far as me, most of it has been young women being very mad at me for getting in the way of Norman.
Oh, really?
For sure.
Wow. So he's a chick magnet even to the audience.
Like, you're a real dick. Why don't you just let Norman live? I'm like, why are you guys rooting for the biggest psychopath in film history?
Yeah, that is the brilliance of the
Everyone
writing.
loves him.
Yeah, I really feel like it's attributed to Highmore, and it's attributed to the writing, is that when you can actually feel and be sympathetic towards somebody that you know is a crazy killer.
Well, turn out into one.
You're absolutely correct.
Yeah. That is nuts. So, do you have what are your upcoming projects that you've got going on?
Well, we're just finishing shooting season 2 of the series I'm on called Continuum.
Yeah.
There's a couple movies I did that look like we're doing the festival circuit coming up next year. And then a pilot that I just did got picked up called The 100.
The 100.
Or The 100.
The 100?
Oh, the 100. That's going to be on CW. Yeah, actually, that looks really good. I saw that was mentioned in the upfronts last week.
Yeah, and I was really happy to hear it got picked up. But I'm kind of waiting to see kind of what sort of role I'll have on it. But just to be involved in it at all was really a huge blessing. It was so much fun.
Yeah, and Continuum.
And also, I got a movie that I'm about to shoot called If I Had Wings, with actually my parents directing and producing it. So that'll be a lot of fun. We've never done that before.
Oh wow, that must be.
It's like a family affair.
So you've never worked with your family
exactly.
before? You've never worked with your family before?
Have they?
No, I haven't.
Have they produced things before? Or is this just their first shot? They just want to kind of give it a go.
Oh no, definitely. They've been at this a heck of a lot longer than I have.
How do you think your relationship?
I did a small role for them in a pilot they did a couple of years ago, as so me and my dad could do a scene together as actors. But other than that, we've never worked together.
Does that relationship, do you think, shift when you're on the clock with them?
That'll be all business. No family stuff gets brought into that.
Oh, yeah? Interesting. And I was going to say Continuum. Yeah. I hear so many good things about Continuum, even though it's not here in the U.S. I know it's got a really huge fan. Oh, it is?
Yeah, it just came a little bit later. This first season's already aired, and then you guys are going to get to season 2 starting airing beginning of June, I think.
Oh, okay. You know what? Then I stand corrected.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to check that out because I've heard some amazing things about Continuum.
What network is it on?
In the U.S., you guys have it on Sci-Fi.
Sci-Fi.
On Sci-Fi.
All right.
That's why.
I'll be sure to check that out.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Excellent. You've got a lot of stuff going on, Richard.
I was going to say, with all this stuff going on, do we know if we get to see Richard in season 2, which was already announced that there was going to be a season 2 of Bates?
I have no idea if I'll be in season 2 or not. They haven't told me. If they were to call and invite me back for anything to do in season 2, I would just love to.
Well,
I would be dying to do it.
I can't help but feel that your story still hasn't played out completely, and especially based on the finale.
Yeah, I think that there's definitely going to be.
I hope not. I hope I come back.
Yeah, I would love it if your character Richard. I feel like I need to, because since his name is Richard and the character's name is also Richard, I've got to be clear. But I feel like your character, Richard, I feel like there's going to be a whole crazy backstory, something with Bradley's dad. Like, I just think that there's a lot more there. They can definitely delve deeper into that. That would be fun to explore.
I think that would be a ton of fun to explore. I mean, who knows if that would happen or not, but I can't wait to see what they do with season 2 in any regard.
Yep.
Great.
Me too.
Well, this has been great.
Well, I want to, thank you so much for talking. Do you have a Twitter account? Where can we find you?
Yeah, I do. Richard S. Harmon. Someone already took my name
So you have to add
they
the
won't
S.
give it back.
Someone squatted on your name?
Well, maybe you should go
I
punch
added
them.
the S. My middle name's Scott, so I was like, oh, I'll just throw that in there.
It is, however, my middle name. Oh, that's well. Thank you. Will you come back and will you come back and talk to us season 2?
If you get on.
You know it.
All right. Or
Yeah,
I'm sure.
hopefully.
Or
hey, just have me back anyway.
Well, yeah, we'd love to. And in fact, you know, since now's a good time for me to do the iTunes plug because a lot of people who are not tuning in live right now, watching us streaming, check us out on iTunes. So if you are listening to us on iTunes, please rate us. We love 5 stars. We love 5s. And please comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you think of our interview with Richard today. Let us know what you thought of the season. And you can also post up on YouTube. We'll talk some more tomorrow about that. And maybe we'll do some shout outs, what we like to call tickety-ticketies on here. And also, you can even watch us streaming on your iPad or your iPhone or your Android device on AfterBuzzTV.com. But once again, I want to thank Richard Harmon for joining us for this special edition of AfterBuzz Bates Motel. Oh, and I was going to say, the reason why I was segueing that is hopefully we have so many shows on AfterBuzz, and we're going to have a lot of new ones. Hopefully we'll have you on maybe for the 100. When that comes out in the fall. So who knows?
That's true. We do a lot of shows.
We do a lot of shows. So people who tune into us also listen to a lot of other shows, and I'm sure they're going to, within a couple of months, they're going to hear about all the new great, exciting shows that are going to be on all the new networks, including CW. So hopefully we will have you back on either for Bates or the 100 or something else.
You guys got it all covered. I just want to thank you guys so much for having me on today.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, thank you.
Of course.
You're a delight.
So till then, you can reach. Yes, what's that?
I said just thank you.
Oh, well, that was important. I had to stop for that. So you are welcome. So.
Yeah, you needed to. It was a really important thank you. I put a lot of effort into it. One take. That was all I needed.
That's great.
He was practicing for hours before this interview.
Yes,
He's
exactly.
Like, how am I going to thank them?
How do I thank them? So you can reach Dua. Where can we reach you at?
You can reach me at Dua Kaissi on Twitter, and that's DuaKaissi. Caught me off guard. And what about you, Nando?
You can also reach me on Twitter. What a coincidence! At Nandovel, Nandovel, and you can see us also at other AfterBuzz shows. You're on the client list.
I'm on the client list, taping in about 20 minutes.
And I'm on Hannibal too. And then don't forget, we have one more edition this season of Bates Motel that we are going to tape tomorrow. Talking all about the finale. So I know you guys can wait one more day, and we'll totally hash it out. And again, once again, thank you so much, Richard Harmon. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Great. Guys, tune in next time. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
You later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.